debit call from Chris. An inmate in the Virginia Department of Corrections, Sussex 2, State Prison. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello, Mr. Davis.
Hi, it's Aaron and Rudy in the truck.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, we're doing good, man. We're stuck in a big traffic jam, but it's a perfect time to talk to you. It's good to hear your voice, man.
Yeah, it's good to hear y'all, too. Y'all doing all right?
Yep. It's been a crazy day, but we're going to make it home, hopefully.
Y'all had a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we sure did. We spent some time with family and, had turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, that's good. You ready for Christmas?
Yeah, I am. I don't know. Maybe, Aaron, you ready?
Just a quiet one.
Yeah. How about you, man? How about you? Did they even give you turkey when you're in prison?
They gave us real turkey this year for the first time since I've been here.
Wow.
Praise God.
Wow.
We got a new warden. Her name is Mrs. Cabell. She's real nice. And she gave us real turkey this year.
Great. That's awesome.
Oh, that's good news.
The last couple of years we had that processed stuff that's like dipped into like jelly stuff.
Yeah.
Like the preservatives or whatever. It was no good. It was nasty.
Yeah.
But this real turkey, I ate a lot of it and slept good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. You got one good year out of the 21, right?
Yeah. So my last email, that was a good email, right?
I liked it, man. Here's the deal. Let me just share my perspective, and everybody has a different perspective. But this is a war, Chris, and when they fed Christians to the lions in the Colosseum, in the book of Acts, they stoned Stephen to death, and there were people cheering that on. Also, William Tyndale was a martyr. He's the one who helped bring us the King James Bible. They burned him at the stake. I mean, there's just some people out there, they love to watch the suffering of other people. I mean, they get off on it. And all these people that are bad-mouthing your situation, they're all anonymous. I mean, they don't even tell their real names. If you look at the profile, they're cowardly, anonymous losers is what they are.
Yeah, see, when you Google my name, I mean, you don't get the whole facts. It's either one side or the other side or the newspaper.
Yeah.
Like, because the opposition, the Commonwealth, they have their version. My lawyer has his version, and the newspaper has a version.
Yeah.
But that guy, when he said, let's look at the facts, he was reading off of a newspaper article.
That's insane.
That said that Frankie and Adam was brothers. They're not brothers at all. They don't even know each other.
Right.
They didn't even know each other. One is African American and one is all the way white.
Yeah. Well, the point I'm trying to make, Chris, is that they always say that you organized and planned. It's like, well, first of all, you're 20 freaking years old at the time. I wouldn't even want to tell people what I was doing at 20 years old. And
it wasn't even an organization or a plan, Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
It was just like guys at a party saying, "Hey, man, we're gonna go do this." And drinking beers, smoking joint. It was not a good place to be. I was wrong.
Yeah.
My conversation was wrong.
Well, and
it was we're gonna go do this. Oh, we can go do this, or we can go do that. It's like everybody was throwing suggestions. Let's go jump off a bridge. So say 3 people went and jumped off the bridge, I would have been in trouble for that.
Right. It's insanity, man. And not only that, but you did not intend, nor did you tell anybody, nor were you present at the killing. The killing was a terrible.
Now the law does say that if you're involved before or after in a felony and a murder happens during that felony, then you can be charged with that. Any other crime that happens during a felony, you can be charged with that.
Right.
Too.
I understand.
Okay. I'm saying I'm agreeing with that and saying I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I should not have talked about this.
Yeah.
And that's what I want everybody to understand. I should not have been there. I should not have talked about this. I shouldn't have talked about any part of it.
Right.
But I did.
Well, but Chris,
21 years in prison for this.
It's insanity. You know? But Chris, isn't it true when I say your intentions at the time, you did not intend, nor did you tell anybody to murder anybody? That was not part of the discussion, right?
I did not intend or tell anybody to rob anybody.
There you go.
It was just idea. You know, hey, we could go do this. Hey, let's go do that. Let's go do that. You know?
Yeah.
It was not even, you know, me telling anybody to do anything. It's just somebody took my idea and another guy's idea and was like, yeah, we could go do that. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you read Frankie's statement and Frankie's testimony, he says that his friends, like I didn't even know the guys that went and did it. He says in his statement, yeah, my friends were going to go rob somebody anyway. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, he says they were going to go rob somebody anyway, so I just took what they said and just went with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, right.
And if they, you know, they took everything that Frankie did and Frankie said, like it was like honest, like everything. You know, he said there was a third guy. They don't even know where he's at to this day. You know?
Right.
And he's saying he's the only one that said anything, and he's saying it wasn't him. But how do I know it wasn't him? Because he said so?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I
This
understand.
guy was a 3-time felon. Frankie Davis was a 3-time felon, and they used his statement and his testimony was the only evidence they had, and that was to save himself, you know?
You know, I think a lot of people, they just want to side with the establishment or the government no matter what, and they can't fathom.
Yeah, that book.
Yeah, that's BS. They almost act like the government can never make a mistake, and you know, for you to spend the rest of your life, Chris, I mean, life without parole, you're 20 years old at the time, it's just insanity, man. The more I think about your case, the more I realize how absurd it is, and I agree with this.
Davis, I've had one institutional charge in 17 years. No violent charges, no nothing. And I tell people all the time, I've done this time with nothing to lose. Like right now, I can go and do anything I want to in this pod. I can walk up to a guy right now and just beat him, you know?
Yeah, you got nothing to lose, right? Yes, I understand.
It doesn't matter. I have no consequences for my actions because they've already done everything they could do to me. But I don't do that because I'm a different person now.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a kid. I'm a grown man. I know there's the difference between right and wrong, and the difference between living comfortable and, you know. So I mean, if I could do this and have one institutional charge in 17 years, with nothing to lose. You know, I got nothing to lose.
Right.
But I'm still living a productive life with nothing to lose in here.
Right.
So out there with everything to lose, I know I can live a productive life.
Oh, that's, and
I
understand.
To lose.
Let me share this. My wife and I, a couple of days ago, visited a lady who spent 21 years in prison, and I told her your story. I said you were 20 years old, it was life without parole. I told her about how you weren't even there, and she said the women that get life without parole at a young age that come into her prison in Gatesville, Texas, they are animals. They said they cannot control them because they have nothing to lose, and so they they just act up all the time. But yet
and that's what this prison has turned into now. Like I work on a yard. I see every pod, every building, and I see all these young kids. They look about 75 pounds, soaking wet, and they're like, they are not turning to religion. They're not turning, and some of these guys, 20, 30, 40 years they got, and they're not even realizing what's happening to them, you know?
Yeah.
But instead of joining a church or joining any organization, they join the gang because that's all they know in here. So they join a gang for protection, and then they group up, and it's just so wild now, you know? It's just wide open.
Yeah.
It's really getting bad, but pretty soon, when they realize what happened, it's going to be uncontrollable, you know? They're not going to be able to control these guys. You know?
Yeah. It's, you know, our prison system, you know, you read that book, The Kennel, written by Ken Hovind, and it sounded like you really agreed with a lot of the points that he made about it's a for-profit system.
Mr. Davis, there are guys that deserve to be in prison.
Yeah.
You know,
Amen.
There are guys.
Yeah.
And even, and I tell everybody, you know, they say I'm too nice and all that. I'm supposed to go to prison, but I'm not supposed to be in prison for the rest of my life. And I know that some people agree with me, but like I said in that email, I didn't want you to, I know there are all the time that are like hiding behind or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I guess to me, I just don't entertain. You know, I'll tell them, hey, look, this is what it is. There's always going to be two sides to everything in life, right? There's always right, wrong, and then people that are in the middle. You know.
Well, let me share.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Let me share this because I'm in the prison ministry and I advocate for you, and I have a few other folks that I believe are innocent, Chris. I believe they're absolutely innocent. That what happens is the government hires these trolls to come to my channel, and they don't want me to be able to, you know, tell the story in the way that it should be told. And so I have to fight these people. I can't just like sit back and let it. What they do is they go find these newspaper articles and they cut and paste, and they paint every prisoner I talk about in the worst light possible. So I'm constantly having to fight them. I understand what you're saying. You know, I shouldn't get in fights all the time and argue with them, and I should let it go. But YouTube is a very hostile place to telling people the truth. So, you know, it is a war. It's a war of good versus evil, and I'm doing my best, Chris, to stand up for what's right, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're fighting and arguing for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that people are talking about it one way or another. But there's always going to be say, oh, he deserves to be in prison. Like, I can't believe that some of them guys, when they say, yeah, he's right where he belongs and all this, you know, because, and I know there's people out there like that, and that's what they say and think. But there also should be a lot of people out there on my side, you know.
Yeah, I agree, but a lot of times they're quiet because they're intimidated. They're scared to death of standing up against the prison system. They're scared to stand up against the establishment, and so we're trying to set an example that people don't have to be scared. You know,
I definitely think the taxpayers should know about their prison system, though, because it's not working. Like they're like right now, the General Assembly meets in January, and that petition. Did you go to the change.org?
right?
Yeah.
Change.org. It's you go to the petition section and go to bring back parole in Virginia. I think they only need a few more signatures, like maybe 1,000 more signatures before the General Assembly comes. I think if you get so many signatures on a court petition, if you get enough signatures, then they have to look at it. You know, they have to address the issue.
Hey, can you remind me of the name of that petition? I know you talked about it before.
Change.org. You go to the once you log into the website, you go to the petition section and then search for the petition and bring back parole in Virginia.
Oh, bring back parole in Virginia. Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah, it's on the change.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
think they only need like 1,000 or 1,500 more signatures before that someone has to address it. Like if you get so many on there, I think they have to address the issue, you know?
Yeah, well, I hope it gets there. We got millions of people in prison, and I would think that they would have a few family members.
Well, yeah, definitely. Did you keep up with the elections this year, the governor's race and the House of Delegates and all that stuff?
Not a whole lot. Just what my wife tells me. Yeah.
In Virginia, the Democrats won the House now. See, for the past 2 years, the Republicans have been denying the fishback bill. I call it the fishback bill, but it was Senate bill like 223 2 years ago, 223. Now it was something else last year. This year it'll be a different bill, but what it was saying was from 95 to 2000, there's 417 guys in the state of Virginia that were sentenced by juries where the juries weren't told that the parole was abolished. So in 2000, they passed the law, the Fishback law, saying that all juries have to be told there is no more parole. If you get this guy 20 years, he's going to do 20 years. If you get this guy life, he's going to die in prison. So now that they're told, the sentences are different now. You know, like guys get in trouble, and the juries know now that there is no more parole. So they say, okay, I want this guy to do 25 years in prison. You know,
right.
So what they say is what goes. Back then, they didn't know. They just went with what the guidelines said, and they just found me guilty, and then say, okay. And the sentencing thing, there's nothing to discuss because it's automatic life sentence. You know, there's no way to talk about how much time he's going to do. Like the pre-sentence lady told me in my thing, she recommended it was either 34 or 43 years, but the judge said no. We're going for the guidelines, life for the murder. So I just think if the trial was today, it would be a totally different outcome.
Yeah, amen.
You know, if the trial, like in 95, it happened in 97. My case happened in 97. So if it would have happened 2 years earlier, I would have been eligible for parole and been home 5 years ago. You know, I would have only done 15 years and then been eligible for parole and probably went home on parole.
Yeah, you'd be home by now.
Yeah, I'd have been home because I don't get in trouble. I don't do nothing. I do good. I've done all my programs, done all my trades, everything, all the classes, GED, everything. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's good talking to you, Miss Davis. I haven't had no money up here, and I was just waiting to get my paycheck to put the money up there. So I only get paid about between the 8th and the 16th every month, and I can only put money on the phone once a month on the 22nd.
Okay.
My cousin Jamie emailed me and asked me if I needed some, and I wrote him back and told him yeah, but I haven't heard back from him yet. You know, he's way over there, and I've seen some stuff was happening over in Indonesia with like storms or something happened over there. What was it? A tsunami wave or volcano or some earthquake or something happened over there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We live in a crazy world, man.
Yeah, when's the last time you talked to Steven Sparks?
I got a message from him probably a couple days ago because he listened to. I read one of your emails into YouTube and he commented on it and
yeah.
He's on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
He cares a lot about you.
Email. I haven't got a response. You know, this Today Pay system here sometimes takes a couple days for our emails to send out.
Okay. I know he cares a lot about you, and he thinks very highly of you, and so he's a good guy to have on your team. You know.
Yes, he is. I think somebody said that he contacted the news channel in the area where I was sentenced at, and was talking to him about my case.
Great. Well,
yeah, but I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah, one of the points that I always try to drive home to people is you don't claim to be innocent. That's not the issue, because they always get confused. And then I say, there are people that have murdered cops that get less time than you, and that don't make no sense.
The guy just got 34 years for killing the cop in Richmond last year. He killed the cop in Mosby Court. He went up to the side of the car to give him a ticket, and the kid shot him and took off running. And that guy just got 34 years like 3 weeks ago. You know?
Yeah, you would only.
So he'll be home. He'll be home in 32 years. So if I was 19 and they gave me 30 years, then I would have been home when I was 50. That's 9 more years, and I would have still had 30, 40 years of my life to prove and make up for, you know, what I did. You know?
Right. Well,
but right now they're just saying I don't even get a chance to go out there and do anything or change anybody's life. You know what I mean? I can change. I do softball. I'm real into sports. I could go out there and change a lot of kids' lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I can do a lot.
Yeah.
And I can still contribute to society.
No, I have no doubt. And I pray that there are people that can see the injustice that's going on, Chris, and I pray that, you know, God works a mighty miracle in your situation.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I got my clemency petition in. It's been in for 14 months, so it said it could take a year or longer. So now we're just waiting. Rudy.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting and we're praying, and we are praying for you, Chris. And the more I learn about your story, the more I realize how absurd your sentence is. But I pray that other people pay attention to what's going on and try to tell others, and we raise awareness.
Well, you and Aaron have a good evening.
Okay.
And I thank you, and tell everybody I send my love, and I'm here on the JPay if they want to send me an email.
You bet, you bet. God bless you, Chris. It's always good hearing from you, and you are in our prayers, and you got family that loves you too. We see them on the outside.
Right.
They love you a great deal.
All right, thank you, Mr. Davis, and keep the emails coming.
Okay, God bless, Chris.
All right, y'all be good. Drive safe. Bye, Aaron.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.